Hey everyone, welcome back to another lesson here on the channel. Today we're going to be talking about how to choose your first Amazon FBA product in a week. It's going to be part 2 this time. We're going to be going over that list of products that you made hopefully last time. If you didn't see the last video already, be sure to watch that one prior to this one, part 1. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe down below and leave a thumbs up if you do enjoy at any time during the video. But other than that, let's get right into it. So we've arrived in our list on Helium 10. This is where we got all these ideas last time during the product research first section of this little series that I'm doing. You could find your list by coming down here on the sidebar and going down to my list. And of course, you'll know where we are if you watched the last video. We're gonna just start from the top and work our way down. And we're not gonna do all these; it'll be unnecessary. You're gonna do all of yours. I'm just gonna show you the principles of how to operate here and how to be efficient when you're looking at your list and you're trying to choose your top 3. Our goal for today is get 3 high quality ideas before moving on to the next video where we're going to be talking about comparing those and choosing one. So when we're looking through here, Black Pocket door hardware, let's go ahead and take a look at that. I wish there was a way to just search this on Amazon. If you check it, maybe. No, I don't think so. So we'll just copy that. We'll go to an Amazon tab and we will just search that. All right, let's take a look. Okay, so it's kind of like inlay hardware for a door. Got it. Now, right off the bat, I just want to take a look down, and that's going to be our first step, actually. The first step here is that we want to look for the fact that the customer doesn't have many options. It's going to be a great place to start. I used to never think about this variable. Now it's one of the most important ones. Just the fact that you're amongst a group of maybe 15 to no more than 50 sellers that are providing for this customer. The fewer options that the customer has, the more likely they are to buy yours if you provide a high quality option. The easier it is to provide a high quality option when there's less and less sellers, because you're not competing or comparing against so many others. So I'm just literally going to look down here. I'm going to scroll down the page with no software, no nothing. And I'm just going to look for how many of these are relevant. Now, right off the bat, that's irrelevant, okay? Because that is actually a sliding hardware. We're looking for the inlay handle type things. So these are all relevant. Looks like that one is relevant. It actually depends. We could almost break this down into a couple different types of products here, because we have just the handles. Then we have the mechanism with the lock. And then we have the full thing that you would attach to a door that actually is just like the lock again. It just snaps into the door. So as we're looking through here, there's a bunch of different variations of what this looks like. And there's not a cohesive theme of products across the whole page. Or there's a theme, yes, door handles, but there's not a cohesive group of one specific product. And the further we get along, the more relevant it gets. We start losing the black hardware, or we start losing the handles and the inlaid, the thing we're looking for. I'll just say the thing we're looking for, because this is irrelevant, that's irrelevant, those are irrelevant. These are sponsored, so I wouldn't count them too heavily. But now, that's step 1. I mean, take notes, pause this video, go back, watch what I just said. That's the first thing that I do when I look for a product. However you want to sum that up so that makes sense for you, what I just did is what you need to be doing to every product on that list as soon as you look at it. Go through and just make sure that the list of products there is not a massive list of products that are all relevant. That's it. Very simple. Next thing that we're going to do is we want to just see, and again, I want to let you know that I'm giving you kind of the base level information. I could talk for probably 20 hours in depth about another detail that you could do under each one of these classifications, but I want to overcomplicate things for you. So this basic approach and these top 3 kind of headlining themes are things that you should look into. Maybe experiment with them on your own. Second thing that I want to look for is just that the listings that exist aren't going to be hard to compete with. So you want to kind of compete in a league of your own, right? You don't really want to sell an area where you're just going to get blasted out of the water because all the competitors are in such a higher class than you are with their photography, their copywriting, and all that. You want to see the opposite. You want to see that the sellers that exist don't have good photography, don't have good copywriting, perhaps don't have a lot of reviews. Those tend to follow suit with the other ones. So when I look through here, let's click on a couple of these that are relevant. So I'm interested in maybe, let's look at the top organic row. This is top organic row. Let's check out this one here that has 123 reviews. So this is a good example. One image is not high quality. 4 bullet points that are a sentence each, not high quality listing. So even though they're ranked really high and they're in a spot between, 1,000 reviews and 600 reviews, they're able to get there based on what they have. So start thinking about that. That's interesting. We'll go to the one that has 1,100 reviews. See how they're doing. Much better listing. This is what I would consider a high quality competitor. They have beautiful images that explain well what the product is for and how to use it. They have nice long copywriting and bullet points, same thing. Good title that describes what it is rich with keywords. Enhanced brand content, they have pictures in their description. You can only get that from Brand Registry. So that's a great quality competitor. So think about that. You have one really good quality competitor. I would open up maybe the top 15 products on the page and do that for everything. Again, I'm not going to sit here for hours and do all that. I'm teaching you, and then you could go and do those things when you're analyzing. If I was actually going to pick one of these to sell right now, I'd be doing a little bit more intensive search. But once you know, go put it to use. And the last thing that we really want to look for is the fact that some of those low quality sellers are selling well. That's our proof of concept. When we open up our tools, so notice is one of the last things I do is open up the tool. Most people jump right to that. This only works if the other things exist as well. Keep that in mind. So that one that only had 123 reviews, where's that one? Right here. How are they doing? They're doing about 3,600 per month. It's great. 350 sales. They're selling over 10 a day. Selling 11 a day. A little bit more than that even. That one's doing really good. So this is a great place to look at what's working well and why, and what isn't working and why. Start trying to figure out what information you could pull from these sales graphs and the sales and where the sales are funneling into to establish what needs to be changed or what you can do to present a new option in that market. One thing that we love to see as, analyzers of markets is consistency. All the sellers that list something are doing well. That's a really good thing for you. Just don't get caught away and forget any one of these steps. It's really easy if you didn't follow along closely. This might even be worth rewatching to get lost and think that, oh, look, I have the consistency, I have the sales, this product is good. If all those are high quality competitors, it doesn't work. Or if there is, one seller who's dominating, there's all these slight variations of problems that you can run into. Let's just cover a couple of those before we wrap up this section. You don't want your product to be seasonal. Make sure that when you look at maybe the sales graph is a great place to start, or maybe the historic sales of one of the longest selling sellers. Make sure it's selling all year round as your first product. The next thing you want to think about is patents. Go to Google Patents and make sure the product that you're going to be selling is not patented. Search for your product, look for pictures, make sure that it is not patented. Most generic products that are simple won't be, but if you come across a market and there's like 2 sellers and they're both doing extremely well and it's just from the same brand, and you're wondering why no one's selling it, that's a good sign that usually it is patented. So that's going to do it for today's video. This was just step 2 or part 2 of the 3-part series. Next time, we're going to be getting the video about how to compare those products against each other. I'm going to be reaching out to suppliers and getting quotes for all of those and then comparing them. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe down below and leave a thumbs up to let me know that you're excited for the next video. See you in the next one. Later.